age all the way to college students that are coming to her and showing her love because of the influence that she's made in their lives. Coach Britton, thank you. And next, we have Mr. Rashad Smith. Rashad Smith is a 2001 graduate of the Swinney High School. No favoritism being shown towards Swinney. It's just that the reach is so far with Swinney High School graduates. Mr. Rashad Smith is a graduate from the class of 2001. He was an all-star athlete in his journey at Swinney High School, and he continued on working professionally and building a family. And then he was a non-traditional student who graduated from the Brazoria College with an associate's degree in process technology and a bachelor's degree in industrial management. And so Rashad is a great influence. Many students look up to him for his athletic abilities, his stylish wear and design, and for the influence that he continues to provide in his community as well. So, Mr. Rashad Smith, thank you as well for joining us today as a moderator. And now we are going to have our 4 panelists join us. So we have our 4 panelists, and I believe we have a specific order that we're going to bring them up in? All right, we're going to ask that all 4 of you come to the stage with us at this time. And first we have Jordan Woodard. And so we are going to turn over to our moderators, and they are going to kick off the introductions with our students and have them tell you all about themselves.
Good morning, everyone. How are you? Again, my name is Rashad Smith, and like Sister Johnson said, I'm a associate's degree graduate and a bachelor's degree graduate from Brazoria College. So I'm excited to be here. I want to thank the Greater Mount Zion family and the Greater Mount Zion Educational and Development Center for having me here and for hosting this event. So I know going to college and prepping for college, it's exciting, and sometimes it can be a little bit stressful. So the purpose of today is to basically have some guidance for you all, and to have some panelists here too that are current students, and to just answer some questions. And I know we have some guidance counselors, and it looks like we partnered with Brazoria College to keep this workshop going. So for the panelists here, we'll start with you. Please tell us your name, what high school you attended, what college you're attending, and your major, if you have selected one, and why you choose your selected university.
That's you, Jordan.
Okay. No, it's going to be, we'll start with Jordan Woodard since his name is up there. Yes. Go ahead, Mr. Woodard.
I'm Jordan Woodard. I attended West Columbia High School. I'm a junior at East Texas Baptist University, and my major is sports management. And with that, I want to be an athletic coach and make my way to be an athletic director.
Okay.
Awesome.
When did you start, seriously applying to college?
Really my senior year, because if you asked me, I would have thought I was going to D1 in football. So, yeah.
What made you choose that major? You said you want to be sports management.
Yes, because where I went to, they had a good sports management program, and then it would help me get to where I need to be.
Okay. So we'll go to the next question, Mr. Woodard. What was the most time-consuming piece of the applications for you? Just what took the most time, going through the college application?
I'm not gonna lie, it was all on me. I don't like sitting at no computer. It was really but my mama helped me get some of it.
Make sure you thank your mama. So y'all hear that, right? Make sure you're thanking your mamas, because you're going to need them through the process.
Wave your hand, Mom. Thank you.
Okay, what did you apply for scholarships?
Yeah, I applied for some local ones. I don't know the names though.
Okay, did you do that through your school? You found them through your school?
Some of them through the school, yeah.
Okay. Did you apply for any at your actual college?
Yes, ma'am.
You did?
Yes, ma'am.
How did that turn out?
They just asked me to write an essay or something about why you want the scholarship and stuff, and then
How long does it generally take to for you to the process of the scholarship?
so you just write it, send it, and then however long it takes to look at it and then get to it.
Okay. Well, we'll stop there with Mr. Woodard. We'll go to the next panelist. Do we have a picture of the next panelist? Okay. Ms. Alea. So please tell us your name and what high school you attended and what college you are attending, and your major, if you have one, and why you choose your selected university.
When did you first seriously start applying to college?
Okay. So what was the most difficult transition for you as you became a college student? You miss home, miss your friends, and okay. I'm sure you developed some friends and some friends there at college, and kind of help you get over that a little bit, right? Just a little bit.
Well, what did help you the most, like to become where you are right now?
Okay. So is studying in college the same as high school?
All right. Are you involved in any activities on or off campus? Or are you hoping to become involved? I'm holding you to that. I need a check-in on that one.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Johnson. We'll go ahead and switch over to the next panelist, please. All right, Mr. Chase Lacey. All right. So please tell us your name, what high school you attended, and what college you are attending, and your major, if you selected one, and why you chose that selected university.
I went to Shadow Creek High School. I'm now a freshman at Dillard University. My major is communications. The reason I chose Dillard is I was looking for a spot to play baseball, and they offered me the best quality education.
Awesome. So, how many colleges would you say that you looked at before you finally chose that one?
A lot. It was a lot local. Wasn't really looking out of state. It just so happened that the best fit was Dillard. So I was pretty much all over the place when it came to this
When did you start looking for college? Like, when did you decide, like, okay, I know I want to go to college. I need to start putting some action into it.
Definitely senior year. It was really just finding the right fit, what I really wanted to do, and just, yeah, really just senior year.
All right, Chase. Could you mind letting everyone know where's Dillard University located?
New Orleans, Louisiana.
Awesome. So this is a question here. Are you involved in any activities on and off the campus?
Yes, I'm involved with the baseball team. We do a lot of community service, whether that be Saints games, helping out with the local communities, churches, things like that.
How are your study habits?
Study habits definitely had to change from high school. You can't really just study 2 days or a day before and hope to pass your test. As soon as you get your chapters, as soon as you get those sections, you got to start studying day of. So if you start a new chapter on Monday, you got to start Monday, or you're done.
Have you found that it's easier to study by yourself, or do you study with a group, classmates? Like,
Definitely, me personally, I'm gonna get a group or somebody to do it with. Sitting there in your room trying to study by yourself, it's just like for me, it's a big struggle. So I need somebody that I can connect with and learn this thing faster.
awesome.
Okay. So that'll wrap up that question for you, Mr. Chase. We'll go to the next panelist. All right, Mr. Kadarius Woodard. All right. Again, please introduce yourself. I'll say everyone, please tell us your name, what high school you attended, what college you were attending, and your major, if you selected one, and why you chose your selected university.
My name is Kadarius Woodard. I attended Danville High School. I now attend St. Houston State University. My major is biomedical sciences, and I later want to become a cardiologist later on down the line. And I chose St. Houston because it's kind of quiet. It's not really much going on. It's kind of like a second home away from home.
When did you start thinking, oh, you know what, I want to further my education, I want to go to college, I need to start looking into what college I want to go to?
I kind of, probably like my senior year, like my last semester, because I didn't want to stress myself out my senior year. I just wanted to get it over with.
Okay. What advice do you have to those in the stands? Like, would you suggest wait until your senior year, second semester?
You probably want to look a little earlier than that, I'm not going to lie. Because I guess you have more options when you look ahead of time, and then you kind of like just try to cram it in. It's not going to be your best hope, I'd say that.
So Mr. Woodard, so you're a junior. So your first year, how easy was it to transition? Was it a challenge in living the college life?
My first 2 years, I went to Brazoria and got my associate's degree, so it wasn't that bad because it's right down the road from my house. But this was my second semester in Sam Houston, but I guess it's just trying to like fit in like what kind of crowd you like the people, so you can be comfortable, so you won't have to like do everything yourself because it's kind of lonely.
So how was that transition from going from a community college to a university? More students, a little bit more footprint.
It's a big difference, not gonna lie. I thought it was gonna be much easier because I'm kind of like a sociable person, but community college is just like high school. Again, you see familiar faces, but at Sam Houston, luckily I knew somebody that went there, and it was like he just moved me in with his friends, and then I just worked from there.
Are you involved in any activities there at Sam?
Mm-mm.
Or are you hoping to be involved with any activities?
Maybe next semester. I'm gonna try to look into something.
I'm gonna hold you to that as well. It's just important to, collaborate and find, different people. You don't know who you may meet down the road. So, Is anybody up here besides, I know Chase with baseball, are any of you involved with, Jordan, are you involved in any activities?
Yes, fellow Christian athletes.
Oh,
So it's like where we all meet up and then we talk about being an athlete and God.
Has that helped, being involved in that activity, has it helped your transition in college? Like, has it caused you to like meet more people and things like that?
Yes, I met a couple people like on the baseball team, softball team, and that's good because it's no telling what they'll be doing in the future, and they could be a boss one day.
Right. It's good networking opportunities.
If you don't mind me asking, Jordan, what you're going to major in? Do you know? Or what's your major?
Sports management.
Sports management. Okay. Yeah. So I see like we have two people that you play baseball and you football, right? Okay. So I guess just for if y'all can kind of answer this question. But most athletes when they're going to college and they're picking their major, it can be challenging playing a sport in college and managing that, and then getting a degree that's going to what we call have return on investment. Some students say they pick a degree just to stay eligible. So for y'all have some pretty good degree plans. So who did y'all kind of talk to about keeping you in line on getting that right degree plan instead of just getting an easy degree just to stay eligible to play your respective sports?
So we have a counselor, and then they just help us with what we want. Like, we tell them what we want to do, and then they just guide us in the right path.
For me, I always wanted to be a sports broadcaster, so communications was the plan from the jump. When looking for schools, I kind of knew that from the jump. So my advisor, like you said, they're going to help you out with your major, what it is you want to do, what it is you want to do later down the line, after college, things like that. So, yeah.
Okay.
Is there any other contacts at your prospective college besides your advisors that you have found that have been important in your transition at college?
Coaches, they help you out. They have contacts, even just beyond your sport, whether it's academics, whatever it may be. There's certain professors that have extended outlets to certain majors, whether it's biology, music, whatever it is. There are certain professors that have a lot more resources that they can connect you to than say for instance your advisor.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you. We'll lean over to we'll have some questions from the audience. If any one of these current students may have any questions you have for the panelists, we'll take a few questions from you all, or parents in the audience if you have any questions for the panelists.
Again, the question was, how instrumental were your parents in assisting and helping guide y'all through making your choices and helping y'all go the direction y'all really wanted to go through?
I guess I'll start since it's my dad. For me, my parents, if it weren't for them, I don't know where I would be. I probably wouldn't even be there. But I say that they were there every step of the way. Whether that be, applying to scholarships, applying to colleges, figuring out what it is I want to do, where I want to go. And yeah, it's needed. Without them, I don't really think it was possible. So yeah, they're needed, definitely.
Good morning. I wanted to ask, as they say, hindsight's 20/20. I think maybe all of you panelists have said that you would do some things different when you were in high school. So I have a sophomore. So I wanted to ask, what advice would you give for us in this earlier stage? Not even a junior yet, but obviously thinking about college. So any suggestions besides attending workshops like this?
personally, I feel like taking dual credit classes helped a lot because once I got to college, like I was ahead because I took so many dual credit classes in high school. Also, your GPA counts freshman year. I wish I would have known that as well. I didn't know that till later on, and I had wished like my GPA was a bit higher. But other than that, I say take as many dual credit classes as you can.
I just say start early as possible. Whether that's applying to colleges, applying to scholarships, figuring out what it is you want to do, start early.
I would say create good study habits, because once you start, it'll just be natural to you when you go to college.
Is there anybody else in the audience that has some questions? Nobody else?
What has been your absolute favorite part about going to college?
Meet new people.
I definitely say freedom is it's up there, man. Being in high school, man, just being stuck in school, can't really go out, can't really do nothing. Going to college, it's pretty cool. You go to class, come right back, take a little nap. It's cool.
I know at the beginning I said my transition was from being away from home, but now my favorite part is actually being away from home sometimes. I can get a little break from home, and then it's like he said as well, like the freedom that you don't sometimes get at home.
With all that freedom, that newfound freedom that y'all have, how do you manage your time?
So if there's a party I want to go to, then I'm like, okay, so I know this party's Saturday, so I make sure to get my work done Monday. Like I get all my work done ahead of time and in advance. Because like for example, our homecoming, I know to make sure to like have all my assignments done. Like no assignments on my to-do list. So I say that just get all your assignments done ahead of time if you know you're gonna want to go to a party, or just like for instance, like we just have random events happening on campus. So just get your assignments done ahead of time.
I say for me, personally, being a student athlete, we had to practice at 6. So I practice start early in the morning. So obviously, I cannot be out late at night. Cannot, just be up lollygagging. So for me, I just say create a good sleep schedule. Go to bed early on time, and as far as like picking classes and whatnot, if you know you're not an early bird, don't get early classes. If you know. If you know that you can't get up early on time, get some later classes. If you want to take a little evening nap, just pick your classes based off of how you feel and what you normally do.
With that being said, that also means you have to pick your classes on time. I'm not sure how other schools do it, but we get like a pen. So as soon as your advisor sends you that pen, try to create your classes then, because if you wait till the last minute, you're gonna be stuck with 8 a.m.s or like late classes like at 6 o'clock or weekend classes. So when you get your pen or whatever college you go to does it, just make sure you do it on time.
Does anyone have any other questions they'd like to ask the panelists?
I'll preface this with it's a leading question, but organization. I tried to keep Chase organized all throughout school, but I think it's important, and I don't think they realize it until it's too late. But how could organization help you, even in applying for scholarships, applying for school, even as you're in school now? You've got to stay organized or things will get, out of control. How have you guys used organization to help you? Or how can you use it to make it better for you?
Guess I'll answer
Everybody,
again.
not just Chase, but everybody.
But for me, me, I say organization was definitely a struggle, as she said earlier on. But I'm still learning. But I'll just say that organization, it will make things a lot less stressful. It will be just your best friend. It might seem like, oh, it's taking all this time to get organized. But once you get organized, it'll be good from there.
I guess it will make the process a little smoother, so you won't have to worry about it as much. And as long as you keep it'll say like your ducks in a row, then I guess it'll help you along the way, so you won't have to worry about it as much.
I have one more question. 'Cause listening to all, and not just them, but of all the kids that have come back from college, and one of the main things they always say is, "Oh, it's hard. I want to give up." What advice would you tell people? Like it's a struggle going to college, right? It's not rainbows and sunshine all the time. What would you tell them in reference to that on how to keep kicking?
Keep God first. That's the main thing. God, He's gonna give you that peace whenever you're, anxious, struggling, depressed, mad, whatever it may be. He's gonna give you that peace, that shit that you need.
And at the end of the day, you have to know why you're there. Like, if you want it bad enough, then, keep going. Because there's been times I want to give up. Every time I'm in my class, I be questioning my major, like, am I sure this is what I want to do? But at the end of the day, I know that nursing is what I want. So that's my motivation. It's like my end goal.
Yes, I want to ask, you said you had those dual credit classes from high school. Did you have any problem transferring, from your counselors, transferring them to the college that you're going to? Did all of them count, or did you have any problems on the grade level? That'll make you graduate early by taking a lot of dual credit, but you don't want to take some if it's not going to count. So what kind of advice would you give somebody?
So all of mine pretty much counted except for like one of them, I think. So my advice for that would be, I guess, I pretty much took like my basics. So, you have to take your basics. So I guess my advice for that would just to be like, I guess to see what you're majoring in, and then like to see what classes are needed for that major, if that makes sense. But yes, all of mine did, from my high school, they all did transfer over to the college.
I think I'm going to piggyback off of that and say it also goes into what we were asking earlier, like when you started applying and thinking about college, because if you already have an idea of what colleges you want to go to, then you can already start talking to those advisors and seeing what classes that you have at your school that will transfer there. So that'll help you get that start too, because they know when you give them your classes that you're planning on taking, they'll know if they are going to transfer or not.
Any more questions? All right, that'll wrap up our panelist questions. Thank you all for attending. Looks like, correct me if I'm wrong, someone please. I believe we're going to break for lunch, and we'll move over to the event center. Again, thank you all for attending this workshop.
Give our panelists a hand to clap, please.
Yeah, please give the panelists a round of applause, please. All right, thank you all.
Thank you.